I'm upgrading my network. I have an Orbi AXE11000, and I'm upgrading it to the AXE11000. The difference between the two, the AX6000 is a tri-band mesh system, and it handles up to 100 devices. The AXE11000, this unit right in front of you, has it's a quad core, which has 4 different frequencies. It has a 2.4 gigahertz, 2 5s, and 1 6 gigahertz, and it handles up to 200 devices, and it has longer range. The AX6000 is 6,000 square feet, and I believe this is 9,000 square feet that it covers. So I'm just going to show you my speed right now on my old AX6000, not that old, but a year and a half old AX6000, which works very well. The problem I'm having is latency, because I am in an apartment in New York City, and I'm battling with other Wi-Fi's around me, channel-wise. So under the 2.4 gigahertz channel frequency, you end up with like 3 usable channels. On the 5 gigahertz, you kind of have 9 usable no-issue channels. But the 6 gigahertz right now, it's just opened up. Not many people have these Wi-Fi 6 routers because they're so expensive, and I'm looking to jump on that channel to speed up latency, the delay in me getting the page or getting to something, or sharing channels. The 6 gigahertz, I believe, has about 59 usable channels. So it should open the 6 gigahertz spectrum or frequency or radio frequency should be better than the crowded 5 gigahertz and 2.4. My biggest problem being that I have walls that have metal mesh in the middle. They were built that way. It's wood frame, a piece of metal mesh, and then sort of like the wall was plastered on. That metal mesh causes issues with the Wi-Fi within the apartment. Then I have to battle the issues with the Wi-Fi's above me, below me, to my left, to my right, in front of me, behind me, everywhere. So I'm hoping that this helps with the 6 gigahertz. I'm a regular user. I'm not a super duper user. I'm just letting you know my experience with it, and what I want to do is set it up, put it up, and see if I notice a big difference in latency during usage. I'll be asking my family if they see it, and see if this is a better upgrade for that latency issue that we're having. Now, I only have 300 up, 300 down files. I don't have the gigabits connection, but I'm hoping that this, again, helps in the latency part, not the speed part, but the latency and the delay. Because we have a lot of that, because, again, we're battling with other Wi-Fi's, and we're battling the metal mesh within our walls. So this is my current network. This is the speed. I'm right at the router right now. So the router usually does very, very well. At the router with the AX6000, you see that pretty much I'm getting the speeds I'm supposed to get, which is the 300 up, 300 down, and the delay on the ping is 9 milliseconds. So let's see if that improves with the new network. Let me go to the satellite also on the old network. Now to the satellite, I'm in another room. Let's come back and show you those speeds. Okay, 9 milliseconds. I'm still getting the fast speeds. Not bad. Now let's try the new network. I want to see if I can. The biggest issue we have is, especially when we're streaming at the same time, that's when we get the buffering and the delay. And I'm hoping that removing this iPad, our iPhones, and other devices that do take Wi-Fi 6, because your device has to be Wi-Fi 6 capable, removing it off the 5 gigahertz spectrum radio frequency, if it improves the overall network and makes it better. One of the nice things about the Orbi network, this is my 3rd different Orbi network. is that once you name the Wi-Fi, the new Wi-Fi, the same name as the old one, and you also give it the same Wi-Fi password, there are no issues with devices automatically connecting to that network. So that's pretty cool, no having to reconnect devices. So let's start setting this up and see what happens. If we end up keeping the actual mesh router, this is going to be my connection that I'm going to make, the physical connection, the Ethernet 2.5 gigahertz, the gray cable, to the router, and then just a regular 1 gigahertz to the actual satellite 2.5. So I wish it, like I said, had 2 of them so we can take advantage of that 2.5 gigahertz speed. But like I said, I'm just doing the wireless right now because the wired backhaul connections definitely gonna be a huge difference and improvement. You just cannot beat physical connections at this time. Wi-Fi is, I think, getting there, but it's not there yet. So let's replace my current Wi-Fi with this one, and I'll let you know during the days how it's working out. You know, maybe I'll do a quick video and let you know if I see any difference, if I feel better with this Wi-Fi network. Again, I'm a regular user and I'm just gonna give you my advice, my reasoning, some information I'm gonna share with you to see if this is even worth it. There's a lot of videos out there that have all the details in regards to this router. I wanna see if it fixes my latency issue in my New York City apartment, which has over 50 Wi-Fis all over the place and causes a lot of slowdowns. Now, internet speed, my 300 is pretty good, but you know, I do get buffering from time to time. I'm gonna see if it actually just completely goes away using this network and using half my devices, I'd say about 10%, not half, 10% of my devices have Wi-Fi 6, Apple devices mostly. So I should take advantage of the Wi-Fi 6 frequency from this mesh system.
This is the wireless setting within the router itself. I'm logged in through the browser on my computer. And these are the wireless 6 gigahertz channel, Wi-Fi mode, 2.4, 5 gigahertz 6, PA2. 6 gigahertz wireless. I actually just checked this off because it's enabled 6 gigahertz only. I don't want to do that. I don't want only the 6 gigahertz. One of the nice things I like down here now, I don't know if my old Orbis have this setting or I don't remember, and I actually don't remember this at all on any of my older Orbi devices. And I've been using Orbis now for a very long time, as long as they came out with the tri-band network. So it's been at least, I'm going to say 5 years. I don't want to, it's been a long time. So this is to enable the wireless IoT devices, information of Internet of Things devices. Now, the reason this is a great idea is because on the old wireless network, you couldn't separate the networks under the mesh system, or I couldn't figure it out. There was no way. So I had devices that only worked on the 2.4 gigahertz network. And it didn't give me an option like the old ones to separate the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz network. So I can have my 2.4 gigahertz networks used only the 2.4 gigahertz network. The issue with that is that when you combine them and the router was the one who actually handed off to whoever was connecting, whether they were going to use 2.4 and 5 gigahertz, when the router handled that, some of the devices found it very difficult to understand that. So, for example, I have a device that turns off the water automatically if there's a God forbid, a flood in my home. That device communicates wirelessly with this application using 2.4. So does this device that lets me know how much oil I have in my oil tank for heating the home. That only uses 2.4 gigahertz. The problem I was having was that it just did not work with the Orbi. I could not get it to work. I couldn't get it to connect. I couldn't separate the networks. I actually had to just get a separate network, a 2.4 gigahertz only network, an old router, to get those devices online. They're working and they're actually using the old network. But the Orbi Information of Things, this option is great for people who, like myself, were having an issue only needing the 2.4 gigahertz for certain devices on your network. So I like that they did that. So again, this is just a look at the inside of the different wireless settings. I'm still testing it. It's been about 4 days and I'll come back. Speed test, I've done this on my phone also. No issues whatsoever. Pretty good. Fast.com or .net, I believe. .net? Well, it's the app. The Fast.net app, I believe. So it's been a little bit over a week and I am totally satisfied with this router. Wow, what a difference. That's my old one here on the left. You see it's unplugged. That was just in case I was gonna end up not keeping this one, but yeah, it looks like I'm keeping it. What a difference it makes.
wow, what a difference. I can't wait until everything uses Wi-Fi 6. So I have about 3 computers that I could actually purchase a Wi-Fi 6 USB device. They're kind of pricey. They run about $50 on Amazon. And I would just buy one to try it out and see what happens. Maybe I'll do a video on that. But Wi-Fi 6, yeah, it's great. I mean, it has a, theoretical, I think it's 10 gigabits per second. But real world, they say you can get up to 2 gigabits per second. I have 300 megabit per second up and down. The nice thing about using the Wi-Fi 6 devices, which is I have 3 phones and 1 tablet that has Wi-Fi 6, and they are much faster. They're constant. The speed is constant. There is absolutely no slowdown. And I'm going to say that this Wi-Fi also, I guess maybe with the antennas, the height, how big it is, the engine inside of it, it helps with the other Wi-Fi frequencies, the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz. Because I did notice a much better throughput, no throttling on the Apple devices, and the latency has dropped significantly. So I'm very sad. I mean, this thing works very well. And the range, pretty good. I almost can connect to this Orbi from the playground, which is about 200, 300 feet from my building, and I still get the signal. If I'm standing at the right location, yeah, I could connect to it. The playground has a lot of metal devices, so that's an issue where you have the Wi-Fi bouncing all over the place. But once I get connected, I could print up to my printer, and I could do other things that are on my network, connect to my NASs. So it's pretty cool. It's a great idea. 9,000 square foot range with this Orbi, 200 devices, which helped a lot also. It's just a huge difference in quality. One of the nice things with this new Orbi is that it does have a 4th channel, 2.4, 2.5 gigahertz, and 1.6 gigahertz. So the 2.4 gigahertz is used for data, 1.5 gigahertz is used for data, and the other 5 gigahertz is used for communicating between the devices. You could use the uplink, the built-in satellite 2.5 gigabits, which is pretty fast for them to communicate. If you have a physical wire, it should improve the wireless signal a great deal. Also, the 6 gigahertz gives you a lot more channels. The way I look at channels when it comes to frequencies, which is the 2.4 gigahertz frequency, that has 3 usable channels. And the 5 gigahertz has between 9 and 25 usable channels. And the actual Wi-Fi 6 has about 59 usable channels. The way I look at it is like a highway. So 2.4 represents a highway with 3 lanes. It has 3 usable channels, 3 lanes. 5 gigahertz has 9 to 25 channels. So sometimes it's 9 lanes, other times is 25 lanes. So that gives you, and the speed is the same. But if you have more lanes to choose from and there's a lot of traffic, you can get by much faster. And then the 6 gigahertz has 59 lanes. So that's a great deal of lanes that you have to choose from when it comes to getting your data across, getting speed across, getting a web page to come up, things like that. It's just broader, it's bigger, it's more room to go the same speed. Some of the specs on the actual device, this AXE11000, the specs when it comes to CPU is the same as the AX6000, the one I'm upgrading to. It has a quad-core 2.2 gigahertz CPU with 1 gig of RAM. But they must be doing other stuff inside software-wise, because the extra
Wi-Fi channel frequency makes a huge difference. Plus the actual fact that it can handle 200 devices over 100 devices. So that's another plus with this unit compared to the last one. The AX11000, or actually the AXE11000, the new one, has 12 antennas, whereas my older one, the AX6000, has 9. Now, there's not a huge difference between the two of them. The biggest difference for me is the fact that it has an additional frequency, which is Wi-Fi 6. But because of the fact that it also has the capability of uplinking the actual devices, the satellite to the router at 2.5 gigabits per second on a Ethernet port, and that it has a 10 gigabit ISP connection, that's just like incredible to me. That's a Cisco type device, incredible to me. That's just like, wow, I'm really amazed by that. So I'm, really happy with the idea of upgrading to this router. And honestly speaking, if you do have the AX6000, I don't see, unless you have a good reason, like for me, it's because of the amount of Wi-Fi's I have around me and the latency issues I was having that I no longer really have. It's actually almost non-existent. I mean, I see it once in a blue moon, but even at 300 megabits up and down, it's just always 300 megabits up and down with very little delay. I'm very, very satisfied with that. I'm very impressed. I'm like, wow. Now the AS6000, the tri-band, works very well. No issues whatsoever. I'll be selling that on eBay. Hopefully recouping some of my money that I used to buy this one. It is very expensive, and unless you really have a good reason, if you want the ultimate Wi-Fi and no issues whatsoever, this is probably the units that you need. These 3 units, 9,000 square feet. You should be able to cover 3,000 square foot home with no issues whatsoever, and the surrounding areas. That's what I think. And again, I just want to let you know I'm a regular guy. This is just my opinion. Doesn't mean anything. Just I buy things and I do videos on them, and I do what a regular guy would think when it comes to unboxing these items and looking at them and trying them out. Not an expert. I'm just letting you know my experience. And since I've been using this, there hasn't been much since I've switched to the Orbi system. There hasn't been much complaint by my family, but I think with this system, I definitely won't get any for a really, really long time. And I'm just really excited to see what's coming up in the future. This thing is awesome. It's amazing, flawless, works very well. All right, so I hope you liked the video. I hope it helps. Thank you for watching. Bye.
NETGEAR Orbi AXE11000 Quad-Band Mesh Wi-Fi System, 3-pack. Model, RBKE963-100 NAS SKU 6,479,675. Cost, $1,499.99. Overview. Description. Introducing the industry's first quad-band mesh Wi-Fi 6E system. Orbi Quad-Band, with dedicated Wi-Fi connections, new Wi-Fi 6E, and a 10 gigabit wired internet port, delivers ultra-fast speeds and massive device capacity. With combined Wi-Fi speeds of up to 10.8 Gbps across up to 9,000 square feet, you'll enjoy the amazing Wi-Fi experience. Get to know your network. Are you frustrated with slow Wi-Fi speeds? Concerned about digital security or your kids? Features. NETGEAR Smart Parental Controls. It is an easy way for parents to monitor, pause the internet and promote healthy habits across connected devices. 4-port Ethernet switch. For wired connection of up to 4 computers. Includes a 2.5 GB per second multi-gigabit Ethernet LAN port and 3 gigabit Ethernet LAN ports. NETGEAR Orbi app. Easily set up your router and get more out of your Wi-Fi. Manage your kids' time online across their connected devices with NETGEAR Smart Parental Controls. MIMO technology allows streaming data to multiple devices simultaneously, providing faster downloads and smoother streaming for your devices. Beamforming technology increases the range and performance for devices that operate in 2.4 GHz, 5.0 GHz and 6.0 GHz bands. AXE10800 Quad-Band Mesh Wi-Fi System features up to 10.8 GB per second wireless speeds for fast data transfer. 1024 cam modulation ensures increased data efficiency and faster speeds than a 256 cam router. Up to 9000 SQ, FT of Wi-Fi 6 coverage. Covers large homes up to 9000 SQ, FT with fast Wi-Fi. The system includes a Wi-Fi router and 2 satellites. NETGEAR Armor. Advanced cyber threat protection for your home network and your connected devices. 128-bit AES encryption with PSK. Protects your network against hackers and eavesdroppers. Latest generation Wi-Fi 6E technology. Delivering better performance than AXE Wi-Fi 6, it allows more devices to connect and stream simultaneously without impacting the speed or reliability. Backward compatible with Wi-Fi 5 and earlier generation devices. What's included? NETGEAR Orbi AXE11000 Quad-Band Mesh Wi-Fi System, 3-pack. Orbi Wi-Fi 6E Router, RBKE963. 2. Orbi Wi-Fi 6E Satellites, RBKE963. 2 meters Ethernet cable. 3x19 v3.168 power adapters. Owner's Manual. Key specs. Wi-Fi range. 9,000 square feet. Wi-Fi mesh system. Yes. Number of Wi-Fi satellites included. 2. Number of LAN ports. 4. Wi-Fi speed. 1.08 gigabits per second. General. Product name. Orbi AXE11000 Quad-Band Mesh Wi-Fi System, 3-pack. Brand. NETGEAR. Model number. RBKE963-100NAS. Color category. White. Security. Data encryption. Yes. Encryption type. WPA2. Firewall type. NAT. Security features. 128-bit AES encryption with PSK, guest Wi-Fi network, NETGEAR Armor. Parental controls. Yes. Network. Band technology. Quad. Ethernet standard. 10.100.0.000.2500.10000. Number of antennas. 12. Frequency band. 2.4 GHz, 5.0 GHz, 6.0 GHz. Wireless networking standard. Wi-Fi 6E. Wireless standard. AC, AXE, N. Wi-Fi range. 9,000 square feet. Input-output technology. MIMO, multi-user multiple input multiple output. Wi-Fi mesh system. Yes. Number of Wi-Fi satellites included. 2. Number of Wi-Fi satellites supported. 2. Ethernet switch. Yes. Compatible wireless standards. Wi-Fi 4, Wi-Fi 5, Wi-Fi 6, Wi-Fi 6E. Certifications and listings. Energy Star certified. No. Features. App compatible. Yes. App controlled. Yes. App name. NETGEAR Orbi app. Beamforming. Yes. Integrated modem. No. Wireless. Yes. Ports. Number of 1 ports. 1. Port types. RJ45. Number of LAN ports. 4. Speed. Wired speed. 10,000 megabits per second. Wi-Fi speed. 1.08 gigabits per second. Gigabit Ethernet speed. Yes. Dimension. Product height. 11 inches. Product length. 3.3 inches. Product width. 7.5 inches. Product weight. 3 pounds. Warranty. Manufacturer's warranty, parts. 1 year. Manufacturer's warranty, labor. 1 year. Other. UPC. 606,449,158,038.